There's a fish. Oh my goodness, he was laying right there on that corner. You got him.
This little cove, this is Reynolds Plantation, isn't it?
Yeah, everything on this whole left side of the lake down through here is Reynolds Plantation.
We're just inside the mouth off the main Oconee River arm.
Yeah, just a small pocket right here. A lot of guys this time of year go all the way back in these pockets and fish, and it's really, you're wasting your time because most of these fish are hanging out here near these river ledges. So I try to just fish the walls that are in pretty close proximity to the edge of the river, because I mean the fish, all they're doing in the morning is pulling up, feeding on these shad, and they're getting right back out in that deep water.
This is a good place for the bait fish this time of year.
Yeah, the shad pull up in here, and they're done spawning, but they will pull up in here and feed on this algae that's growing on the rocks and stuff. And of course the bass just follow them right in here. There's one.
You got him?
I don't think he's a little one, but we'll take him this morning. I don't know. That's your Oconee special. You get 13.5-inch fish. But see, now my trailer hook caught that fish. He just run up behind it and nipped it.
Yeah.
Quit it.
This early morning buzzbait bite. How long will you do that? Was this all summer long, Todd, or is it going to get
I'll
too
keep
hot?
doing. I mean, I'll throw topwaters all the way on through September and October. They've just started hitting the topwater pretty good the last couple, 3 weeks. This is a heart beater. It's a dual blade. It makes a little more noise, gets up a little quicker, makes a little more noise.
This is basically a prelude to the main pattern, though, isn't it?
Yeah, this
Get
is
a little fun fishing in.
Yeah, anything you catch in the morning is pretty much gravy as far as your day down here, because like I said, it doesn't last long. Well, with this sun being up this high, it's probably time to put these top waters up and get out on some of these points in Carolina rig, maybe throw a deep diving crankbait. Where we're sitting right now it's a real easy point to find. We're at the mouth of the Reynolds Plantation Marina Cove. The plantation marina itself is right around the corner, and we're on the primary point here of the mouth of it coming out. There's a small secondary point right yonder, but what we'll be doing is mostly fishing these primary points because they're closer to deep water. And I think me and Mr. Ronnie fished this point when he was down here with me the other week. And
yeah, he marked this one on the map.
Yeah,
in that article.
He did. I think this was one of the ones I showed him to put on it. So we'll see if we can catch us a fish or two off of it real quick. I try to line up with that blue house right there when I'm out here. Mm-hmm. Most of the trees are straight between us and the house there.
Got him?
Yeah, I don't think he's any size, but he was laying right in the middle of one of those brush piles out there. Another Oconee special.
The length limit on this lake, what is it? It's a slot limit.
Yeah, it's a slot. You can't keep anything on this lake between 11 and 14 inches. Anything over 14 is legal, and anything under 11. What I try to do is I'll start out, work down one side, then back up. I mean, the fish may want a certain way. A lot of times if you'll throw in the deep water and pull shallow, they'll hit. Some days you got to sit deep and throw shallow. Some days you got to throw across the points. You know,
there's a lot of trash down there.
I don't think he's any size either, but we'll take him today.
Absolutely.
Client fishing. Oh yeah. Slot fish. No, he's under the slot, really.
You get one more bite on that green pumpkin, I may get in your tackle box.
I got plenty, help yourself.
I trade at the dugout down there in Marietta, and that green pumpkin's hot on Altoona, boy. And
it's hot on every lake right now, I think.
It can make a difference, can it?
Yes, it can. There's one. Ah, he dropped it. Come back and get it, Junior. He ain't no size either, I don't believe. A lot of people hear about the pipeline down here at Oconee, and it's trashy. But what it is, we're sitting in 7 foot of water right here, and you see how far off the bank we are. All it is just the actual pipeline itself is in those trees, and it runs straight across the lake, but what you've got is just a huge sand flat right here.
This spot's pretty Really easy to find for somebody new to the lake, isn't it?
Real easy to find. Just come down the main lake, and like I said, on this golf course here, you can line up with the tee box, like you said, or either that orange pin right there shows you the break line, and you can just take your depth finder and run all out here. And there's little ditches and cuts all out here in this flat. There's one.
You got him?
A little better fish.
That's a
Waited too long.
Oconee chunk.
Yep. There, I tell you what, I see hybrids breaking everywhere in here, and I usually don't throw one on this place because they bother you so much. But since we're out here fun fishing, why don't we put these Carolina rigs up and throw a crankbait, see if we can catch a largemouth or a hybrid here.
What kind of crankbait you gonna throw?
You can throw either a rattle trap. I've got some deep diver tied on. I've got some in the box if you want to.
I've got a little rattle trap tied on.
You can try it, or if I'm gonna throw something that runs on down there 8-9 foot and kind of bump the bottom with it and see if we can. We might get lucky and catch us no big largemouth too here. Yeah, pulling like a hybrid. Yep, not a little largemouth, foul.
I hooked him. Huh. Those bass and hybrids are just mixed in the.
Yeah. But this is another real easy place to find. That's the 44 bridge there. It's just this buoy marker right in front of it. At times I have pulled in here and caught a bunch of fish. You know, just like I said, the water eddies right in here in the shed just kind of get pushed in here. It's trashy, and you're subject to lose a few Carolina rigs.
Got one?
Yeah. No size, but we'll take him today.
You catching fish while I'm retying.
I'm sorry. You had your chance. You took just too long. Lake Oconee special, 12.5 inches long. Been days I'd like to have him on Sinclair. Ronnie and I stopped here the other day and fished. As a matter of fact, this was our first stop. This is what we call Port Armor Point. All this is Port Armor Golf Development over here, and it's real easy to find. You just come out the mouth of Sugar Creek, come straight across, and you'll see the little buoy marker here. You've got just a long point out here scattered with rocks and stumps on it. It falls kind of off in the creek channel right there. It's a good place to throw deep diving crankbaits and Carolina rigs right up in here on this too.
Little one.
Client fish.
Hey, they all feel good.
That's right.
When they're rat-a-tatting your worm.
Yep. Feel like a decent fish.
Oh, you got me, that's why it felt good. Yes.
A little Oconee special. Pretty little fish, are healthy.
This is all getting ready to be developed.
Yeah, all this is Cuskawilla. That's the new Southern Living Idea house right there. They're developing all this. This used to be a horse pasture, and well, you can see it was planted pine. A little better fish.
A little bit better, but not.
You're
Thought he was,
Let's keep it down.
thought he
here.
was a little bigger than that. Yeah, that fish has got some chunk to him.
It's a good tournament fish on this lake.